start in Sukhasana, easy, comfortable cross-leg seat. And you can close your eyes and take your hands to your thighs, and if it feels good, just kind of move around your sit bones to settle in. You can rock your chest forward and to the side and maybe back until you finally kind of find that nice stacked seat. And maybe notice where you tend to sit. So we all kind of have a pattern of like behavior in which, like for me, when I sit cross-legged, I tend to lean my chest forward. So maybe if that's also you, taking the chest back and relaxing the ribs, letting them kind of absorb back into the body. If you tend to hang back in your seat, maybe sitting up tall or even positioning yourself against a couch or a wall. And then starting to soften here. You can close the eyes. And we'll take a deep breath together. Inhale through the nose, fill all the way up. Exhale out of the mouth, audible sigh. And then do that 2 more times. Deep inhale, filling all the way up to the tippy top. And when you're ready, open the mouth, exhale, empty it all out. Last big rounding breath like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, release the breath from the mouth. You can close the lips and start to take your Ujjayi breaths through the nose here. So inhaling through the nose, again, filling all the way up. So taking your time. Once you reach the top, allow the exhale to come back out the nose. Find that constriction in the back of the throat. Find that nice oceanic sound. Taking these nice, slow breaths. Noticing as you start to relax in your seat, does your body want to return to that pattern of behavior? I always find that my chest starts to lean forward more. So trying maybe to keep the spine stacked. You're going to take 3 more breaths here. The bottom of your last exhale, you can gently open the eyes, reach your arms up overhead, interlace the hands above you and flip the interlace. Press out through the bind of the middle fingers, open up through the pinkies and the thumbs. Keep the sit bones rooted, so it feels a little bit like you're pressing down through your outer feet. Your outer thighs get a little heavier, and then I want you to lift your ribs up off your waist and find a cobra in your upper middle back. So lift your sternum up, open across the collarbones, and lean back slightly. Draw the pinky fingers back. Breathe here. Let your armpits roll open. On your next exhale, I want you to do the opposite. You're going to draw the belly in, round the spine, push your interlace forward. You can tuck your chin to your chest and pause. Press through the middle fingers. Feel the shoulder blades really wrap around the rib cage here. And then send your breath to the back body. Breathe into those little tiny spaces in between the ribs. Last deep breath. Release. Release the interlace. Take your spine back to neutral. And as you inhale, reach your right arm up and over. Nice big side bend. Let your left elbow drop in towards the body as you sit a little heavier in the right hip. Lengthen your right fingertips away. Next, inhale, take it up through center, drop the right hand to the earth, and take the left arm up and over. Same thing, root through the sit bone, extend the side waist, as though you're reaching your left fingertips out of the hip socket. Breathe. Notice if your ribs have traveled forward, absorb them back in the body. Hug the ribs in. Keep the spine lined up. It's just curving over to the right. One more deep breath here. And come up through center. Walk your hands forward, take your chest forward. Keep your fingertips tinted on the earth. Plug your fingertips into the earth socket. Release your head so that your ears are framed by your arms. And light up your inner armpits. So kind of roll your biceps out, triceps in. Lift your inner forearms towards your fingers. And feel the fingers plugged into the earth. So you're pushing the earth down under the fingers. And almost feeling like you're unscrewing, opening up a jar with those fingertips. And then breathe. Fill up the rib cage, fill up the heart space on the inhale, and on the exhale, soften. Find length between the side waist and the ribs. Maybe the fingers walk further forward on the exhale. You have 2 more deep breaths. If you want a little more intensity, press into the outer edges of your feet and feel the outer hips turn on. Beautiful. Walk the hands back. And you're just going to shift your weight to one side and come on to the knees. For stability, you can have either the knees totally together, no space between the thighs, or you can allow a little space between the thighs. We're going to rise up and down on the knees. Interlace the hands. Again, push the interlace out in front of you. On your inhale, rise up to standing on the knees. Reach the arms up. Find that little cobra in the upper middle spine. And then on the exhale, cat the spine as you sit the hips back on the heels. Pull the interlace forward. Do that 4 more times. Inhale, push down in the shins to lift the buttocks off the thighs as you reach up. And as you exhale, draw the belly in. Push the interlace forward, tuck the tail. Moving with control, moving with your breath. See if you can find the resistance in this motion. So you set the hips down on the heels very gently, or maybe not at all. Maybe they just hover. Filling up with breath on the inhales, finding that cobra, opening through the armpits, and then really taking the time to make that opposite movement in the exhale. Last one. And then release. Take your hands to the earth, come to tabletop. So trying to get rid of all the cobwebs in the body this morning. You can take your tabletop wide and start to make circles around the knees and the wrists. Really using this time, if you need to close your eyes, if that helps you check in with the body, close your eyes. And see what's there for you. So the body never lies, ever. It's more of we don't listen when it communicates. So notice what is going on. Maybe you're a little stiff. Maybe you have pain behind the shoulder blade or discomfort around the hips. Maybe today you feel really, really good, really open. So see what's there. And just noticing, not assigning it any judgment, just bringing awareness. And then reverse the direction. Any organic movement here is encouraged. If you find a space that feels really good, stay there an extra breath. Take one more circle. And then come back to your tabletop. Make sure that your palms are underneath the shoulders. Start to take some cat-cows here. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the tail, stretch out the belly. And on your exhale, contract. Pull up the back of the heart space, tail tucks. Crown of the head softens to the earth. Inhale, find cow. Exhale, cat. Now you're going to begin to move progressively faster. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So the breath becomes a little stronger. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cat. Now see if you can move faster. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Almost the breath of fire. So very similar to Kapalabhati here, but we're adding movement. See if you can challenge yourself to move faster. Keep the control of the body so you're not flailing into the motion. You're not releasing everything completely. See if you can take your last 3 fastest cycles you have. And then pause. Walk the hands out, puppy pose. Drop the forehead towards the earth. Maybe for you, your chest and chin lays on the earth today. Press into all sides of the palms, pinky fingers, index, thumb. Scoop the low belly up and draw the hips back. Use your breath, slow down the heart rate. Last breath here. Press into the hands, lift the chest and the gaze. Walk the hands back underneath you, step your feet back, find plank. So top of your push-up position, line the balls of your feet up underneath the heels. Lift up through the back of the heart space. Keep the gaze slightly forward. Firm in on your upper arms. Deep inhale breath. Exhale, keep the length in the stance. Downward facing dog. You can find movement if you want to pedal the feet or shake the shoulders or nod the head. Or maybe it feels better for you to be in stillness. Connect to your Ujjayi breath. Really bring awareness into the hands and the feet. Make sure that the 4 corners of the feet, even though your heels may not touch, that's okay. Especially pinky and big toe sides of the feet, they're spreading wide. They're both equally pressing into the mat. Hands have that same energy, just like they're trying to open jars, but now instead of the fingertips, you have the whole surface of the palm to work with. Roll the armpits under so that you can open up your outer back. Good, take another deep breath here. And then walk your hands back to your feet, bend your knees. You can widen the feet a bit. Take your right hand to the center line, fingertips or the whole palm, or put your right hand on one of your blocks. Keep your right knee bent. As you inhale, straighten out through your left leg and twist open to the left. Stack the shoulders. Your right hip crease wants to pull forward towards the knee. Draw the hip crease back. Try to keep the sacrum drawing back. Reach the fingertips in opposite directions. Last deep inhale, and then exhale, release. Left fingertips replace the right. Bend the left knee. Straighten out through the right leg as you twist open to the right. Use the strength of your belly to hold the twist. Roll the left ribs under and the right ribs up. And then stretch the fingertips away from each other in opposite directions. Good. Last deep breath. Maybe you twist a little deeper. Release. Walk your hands back to downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale breath and exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees, sit the hips back on the heels, child's pose. Plug into the hands, keep the gaze slightly forward. As you inhale, come onto the belly through cobra. Lift the heart, lengthen. Exhale, release, tuck the toes, push back to down dog. So we're going to take little mini vinnies just like this. Inhale, shift forward to plank. That sounds like something you'd have in happy hour. Exhale, but this is not. Drop the knees, take the hips back, child's pose. Keep the gaze forward. Pull yourself forward with the hands. Inhale, slide through all the way to cobra. Strong arms. Exhale as you release the chest, tuck the toes, push up and back to down dog. 3 more. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, knees drop, hips to heels, child's. Inhale, snake forward into cobra, lift the heart, push into the triceps. Exhale takes you home, down dog. Mindful of how you get up. Good. Last 2. Move with your breath, so you can move a little slower. You can move a little faster. If you do move a little faster, then do 3 more cycles. Watch the elbows as you come forward. Try to keep them hugged in towards the rib cage. Push into the hands. Start to warm up your core. Good. And notice where your patterns of behavior are. So where do you go in these poses? Where do you have a little more space to give? What can you soften, and instead, what can you activate? After your last one, pause back in downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. So breathe into all that space you just created along the spine. Your next inhale, lift up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step the feet outside the hands. Pause here, not all the way down in Malasana. Just pause with your thighs parallel to the earth. Your hips and your head are at the same level. Draw the crown of the head forward, scoop the belly up so that the upper body doesn't just hammock between the thighs. Squeeze the thighs in towards the rib cage and take your arms forward to frame your ears. Inhale, I want you to do a little pulse. Push into your feet. You're going to just lift up slightly, just a little bit. And then exhale, bend the knees and come back down. 2 more. Push into the feet. Inhale, little pulse. Exhale, sit. Last one, inhale, little pulse. Exhale, sit. Now, You can do 3 more just like that, or inhale a little pulse. This time, exhale, bend the knees more, drop the hips towards the heels as you lift the chest into a malasana shape. Good, and then come back into that squat, chest parallel to the earth, thighs parallel, and then drop all the way down into your squat. 1 more. Ooh. And last one, press into the feet and come all the way into a forward fold. Chest goes all the way down. You can draw the feet in underneath the hips. Take the hands to the shins, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, half lift. Exhale, melt over the legs. 1 more, inhale, half lift, pause here. Press the hands into the shins back into the hands. Notice the ribs, they really like to hammock here, and there's a kind of exaggerated curvature of the spine, so hug the front body up towards the back body and find length. Last deep breath. Release. Inhale, chest lifts, arms rise, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart, Samastitihi. Good, inhale, Urdhva, arms rise, reach all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take a half lift. On your exhale, step your right foot back. Little lunge position here. Come up onto your fingertips. Do the same thing. Plug the fingertips into the earth like you're opening jars. So it's going to help you roll your elbow pits forward. Widen across your collarbone. Scoop your belly up and lengthen the sternum forward. Keep the gaze forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift the hips back. Little straight leg hamstring stretch. Front foot can flex towards the shin or you can keep it flat. Bend back into the front knee. Inhale, lengthen forward into your lunge. Exhale, shift back. Good, 3 more. Inhale, bend to the knee, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Move with your breath. Last 2. So you're kind of milking the back of that hamstring. Last 1. Bend back into your lunge, pause. Make a fist with your right hand. Press the fist into the earth and then twist open to the left. Reach your left arm up. So push the earth down into the fist. Keep the right arm super strong and lift the left fingertips up and away. Breathe, firm and on the outer hips. Lift through the center of your back thigh. Hug your right shoulder blade down towards your right heel. Last deep breath. Release your back knee to the earth, untuck the toes. On an inhale, chest and arms sweep up, Anjane B, low lunge. Exhale, arms go wide, let them go all the way around towards the earth. Take the chest slightly forward, sweep up and open again. So nice big open circles here. Press into your front foot. Good. Last one. And then pause, arms rise to frame the ears, chest is lifted, pause here. Now you can stay right here. If you want more, I want you to take your hips slightly forward. Keep your low belly scooped up and in. Push into your front foot. You're not going to tuck your back toes. You're going to push into the top of your back foot, and you're going to lift your back knee off the earth. Breathe for 3, 2. Good. Release, knee to the earth. Hands to the earth. Step back, down dog. Mini Vinny. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees, sit back to child's. Inhale, look forward, come on to the belly, cobra pose. Exhale, down dog. 3 deep breaths. Good. Inhale, take the left leg up. Exhale, step it between the hands. Look forward. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We'll do the other side. Inhale, rise all the way up. Chest lifts, arms rise, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fingertips down, left foot steps back. Find your lunge. Good. Pause. Plug the fingertips into the earth. Rotate. So you're opening those little jars with your fingertips. Rotate your elbow pits forward, lengthen. On your next exhale, shift back. Find that straight leg hamstring stretch. It's a good place for your hands on blocks. Do a few more. Bend into the front knee. And the exhale, shift back. Try to keep the hips level and square. Good. Breathe. And notice as one leg straightens, you find the stretch in the back of the leg. And then as you bend into the knee, you find the stretch into the front of the back leg. Good. Last two here. Notice if you started to let the rib cage kind of come away from the spine. Activate the front body. Last one. And then bend back into your lunge. Make that fist with the left hand. Force down. So pushing down to then lift up and twist with the right. Breathe. So everything has an equal and opposite reaction here. So you have to push down to lift up. Last deep breath. Release. Back knee to the earth. Untuck the toes. As you inhale, sweep your chest and arms up. And then open out to a T, nice and wide. Fingertips can come all the way down. And then chest goes forward. Sweep up and open again. Last one. And then inhale up and pause. Now you can stay here, or you really have to activate into that front foot. You might need to open up the lunge, make it longer so you have more space. Press into the top of the back foot. Lift up through the center of the back thigh and hover the knee. Lift it up off the earth. Breathe. See what your chest wants to do. It wants to go forward. Keep it stacked. Breathe. Good. Last deep breath. Release, knee to the ground, hands to the ground, step back, down dog. Mini Vinny, inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees, lengthen back to child's. Inhale, pull the self forward all the way to cobra. Exhale, down dog, and 3 deep breaths. Now you should feel warm. Inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Look forward. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Good, little different this time. Sit back, inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway, lengthen the heart. Exhale, drop the fingertips down, step the right foot back, return to that lunge. You don't have to make a fist this time, but we are going to twist. Take the left arm up, reach up and open. Good. Pause here and breathe. You're going to transition to warrior B. I want you to spin the back heel flat, windmill the arms up and open. Breathe. Settle into your legs. Good, and then you can take your left hand to your belly and your right hand to your heart. Find your hips, and make sure they're kind of facing that 45, and then find the subtle twist in the upper body. So the heart twists towards the right to stack over the hips. On your next inhale, straighten your front leg. And on your exhale, bend back, legs return to warrior B. And then do that again, little pulses. Inhale as you straighten. Exhale as you press through both feet. Good, breathe into your hands, 3 more. On your last one, settle into warrior B, lengthen the arms out long. Inhale, reverse, reach up, reach back. Exhale, extended side angle. You can take the elbow to the thigh, hand to the earth, whatever variation you like. Inner adductors really moving apart, and then you feel the outer legs, the shin bones, the outer thighs hug in towards the center. Last breath. Keep the legs the same. Inhale, reverse, reach up, reach back. On your exhale, you're going to turn the chest forward, square the hips, drop the knee down, and come to low lunge. Reach up, reach back. Open up. And then exhale, hands to the earth. Tuck the back toes and send your left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Make a few circles here. Keep the upper body nice and still. Opening the hip. And try to keep your right heel pressing down towards the earth, pulling the right thigh back. And then circle a couple of times the opposite way. And then pause, knee bent, hip open. You can stay here. Option 1. Option 2, drop down to your forearms for more fun. Option 3, flip your dog and find wild thing. Shoulders go slightly over the wrist. Ball of the left foot touches the earth. Reach up, reach back. Breathe. Hips and heart shine skyward. You're going to meet back in your 3-legged dog. If you're down on the forearms, one hand at a time, come back to the palms. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Good, 2 more. Exhale, draw the left knee in, thigh close to the chest. Inhale, send it back. Good, 1 more. Exhale, step it through to warrior 1. Spin the back heel flat, chest lifts, arms rise, reach up. Good, pause here. Open the arms wide, interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, humble warrior, fold over the legs. You can fold a little bit or a lot of bit. Stay rooted through the 4 corners of your back foot. And that doesn't mean sickle the ankle and push out through the outer ankle. It just means keep contact on that back edge of the foot, the pinky toe, as much as the big toe. So you should feel the foot spread in all directions. Beautiful. Last deep breath. Release the hands inside the right leg. I'm feeling very nice. And then walk the hands all the way to the right. Prasarita, nice wide leg fold. Any variation of arms you like here, you can put your hands on blocks, you can grab your feet, you can walk your hands back. If you have an inversion in your practice, you're not going to hurt yourself, any furniture, any animals, or your children, then you can go ahead and come into Shirshasana. You can do a tripod headstand, or even the bound variation is okay too. Breathe. Breathe where you are. Be where you need to be in the truth of your shape. So if you lose your connection to the breath, it is no longer yoga. It has now just become really fancy calisthenics. So keep your connection to the breath. If you're inverted, come down with control. Don't plop down. Good. And then walk the hands back over to the front of the mat and step the front foot back to down dog. Now you can choose and take the mini Vinny if you like that, or inhale, come forward to plank and take a full vinyasa. You choose. If you want to skip the vinyasa, stay in down dog. If you want something less intense than even the mini Vinny, find a cat-cow, drop the knees down. You're going to take 2 more vinyasas, your choice, full expression or another variation. So allow the vinyasa to rinse out this motion, right? Just moving energy through the body. They don't have to be perfect. They can be different every time you do them. And then pausing in down dog. Breathe. Last deep breath here. And inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Other side, sit back, inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And this time, exhale, left foot steps back, high lunge twist. You can prop yourself up onto the fingertips. You don't have to make the fist, but if you like the fist, you can keep the fist variation. Breathe. And then making your way to warrior B, back heel spins flat, windmill the arms up and open, and settle into your legs. And this time, the right hand will come to the belly, and the left hand will come to the chest. And the belly hand is kind of on that 45 degrees, so the hips are facing in a way that your back toes can angle in, and it allows that external rotation in the front leg. And then you draw the rib cage in towards the spine, and there's that subtle twist. Left ribs draw back, right ribs roll forward. Inhale, straighten through the front leg, and then as you exhale, settle back into the pose. Push through both feet, not just the front leg. Do that 4 more times, little pulses. See what happens to the pelvis. Sometimes the contents of the belly like to spill forward. See if you can keep the tailbone lengthening. Notice where you start to grip in the feet or where you start to grip in the chest. Soften the breath. In your last one, you'll settle back into your warrior B legs. Reach your arms out wide and then inhale, reverse. Reach up, reach back. Exhale takes you to extended side angle. You choose. Elbow to knee, hand to the earth. Maybe a bind is in your practice. Somewhere where you can be for 5 breaths. Pressing into the feet. Inhale, rise up. Reverse. Exhale. You'll start to turn the body forward to square yourself to the front of the mat. Bend the back knee, drop it down, low lunge. Reach up, reach back. The hips can move forward and down. And then exhale. Plant the hands and step back. Oh no, don't step back. Send your right leg up and back. Ha ha ha. Bend your knee and open your hip. And then circle. Find that opening in the right hip and the stillness in the left side of the body. And then open the opposite way, so circle out the other direction. One will be more hard than the other. Notice where the elbows want to start to collapse. And then pause, knee bent, hip open. Now you can stay here. This is scorpion dog. You can drop to the forearms if you want that, or you can flip and find Chamakrasana, wild thing. Hips and heart spiral to the sky. Lengthen. So you'll feel your shoulder blades retract onto the back body. Front body spreads open wide. Good, and then return three-legged dog. Inhale at the top. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Weight goes all the way into the tips of the fingers, and then inhale, send it back. Again, exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lengthen it out. This time, exhale, pull it in and step through to warrior one. Press into the feet, chest lifts, arms rise as you reach up. Make sure the feet are wide enough apart so that when you come into that humble warrior, you have space. Arms go out wide, interlace the hands behind the back. If they don't do that, just clasp the wrists. Inhale, lift through the sternum, and then exhale, come forward. Bow as much as you can, keeping the integrity of the shape in the legs. So you don't want to waste depth in the pose if it means the rest of the pose becomes unstable. Uncurl the toes, last breath here. Hands release inside the front leg and walk them to the left. Find that wide leg forward fold again. And you can take whatever variation you like. Maybe this time you experiment with a bind behind the back or grabbing onto the feet. Maybe you bend your knees and sway your chest. If you want to try your inversion, you can try your inversion. Make sure that feet are slightly pigeon-toed. So the outer edges of those feet line up with the outer edges of your mat so that you have that internal rotation in the femur bone to allow the whole chest to come forward. Stay connected to your breath. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, if you're inverted, come on down. Walk the hands back towards the front of the mat and step the feet back to down dog. 3 vinyasas of your choice, or skip them and stay here for mini breaths in down dog. You can take the mini vini, you can take full vinyasa, you can take a cat-cow. If you need rest, you can always rest in child's pose. Find whatever you need to allow all of this energy, all this stuff to move through the body. So for some of us, that's extra movement, maybe extra heat building. For others, we need to drop our knees, drop our forehead, and take a moment of rest. And then pause. If you're done with your vinyasas, you're in down dog. Little different this time. If you're in child's pose, return to down dog. And together we're going to inhale, take the right leg up and back. This time exhale, twist and tap left tricep. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, twist and tap. Inhale, length. Fallen triangle is next. Exhale, twist and tap. Spin the back heel flat. Kick out that right foot. Press it to the edges of your feet. Just like, channel that energy. Pretend like your right hand is that fist. Push the earth down. Lift the right side of the body up and away as you lengthen through your left fingers. Good. Last breath here. Now release your left hand to the earth, bend your front knee and pull that knee over towards the right wrist. Set it down for pigeon. That should feel nice. If this form of pigeon does not feel nice in your body, come onto your back and do a reclined figure 4. Right foot crossed over the left thigh. Otherwise, your variation of pigeon. If you need to set a prop or something under the right buttocks, that's great. If not, you can come all the way down. You can rest your forehead on the earth, on stacked fists, or on another prop. And find a softening here. So you may notice you initially grip as you get into this pose, and if you really shine your awareness to the breath and stay committed to the breath, right? Just the same Ujjayi, full inhale breaths, nice, slow, long exhales, that the muscles in the body start to soften. You don't have to consciously tell them to do so. It will just happen. And 3 more deep breaths here. Now, you're gonna walk your hands back, press into the palms, tuck the back toes, take the right leg up and back to 3-legged dog. Pause here. Walk the hands back to your left foot. Magically, you're in a standing split. So nice. Treat it as a single leg forward fold. Belly scoops up and in, chest folds over the leg. You can take one or both hands to the back of the left ankle if you have that in your practice. Otherwise, hold on to the earth for dear life. That's okay too. Breathe. Notice if you are one of the people who loves to be in external rotation with an open hip here, see if you can point your pinky toenail towards the earth. It's going to make your leg lower. That's okay. Good. Last deep breath. Keep the leg lifted. Walk the hands back to 3-legged dog. So nice. Bend the knee, open the hip. Again, you choose scorpion dog. Drop the forearms or revisit wild thing. Deep breaths. Meet back in 3-legged dog. Let's try this. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Keep your right toes 1 inch off the earth. Now you're going to exhale, lower all the way down, but keep the right toes lifted. Untuck the left toes. Do a cobra like this. Inhale. See how that feels. Press your right thigh into the earth, but lengthen the foot just 1 inch off the earth behind you. Now come back to a 3-legged dog. See what happens. Tuck your left toes, push up and back. Oh, so nice. All right, release the right leg down to meet the left. Pedal out your feet, shimmy your hips. Pretend that didn't happen. It's very hard, but it's so good for you. Gotta get all the cobwebs out. We have to do the other side. Inhale, take your left leg up. Exhale, twist and tap. And then inhale, send it back. Don't slingshot the leg. Let it move with the breath. And then do that again. Exhale, twist and tap. Inhale, length. Fall in triangle. Exhale, twist and tap. Spin on to the inner edge of the back foot. Kick out onto the outer edge of the left foot. Reach up. Lift through your left side body. Breathe. Last breath. Straighten both legs as much as you can. And then right hand to the earth, you're going to come into pigeon. Pull that left knee over towards the left. Set yourself up, props or no props. You can stay with the chest upright if that's where you want to be, or fold all the way forward. You have 5 deep breaths here. As you feel ready, hands walk back. You tuck the back toes. Left leg goes up and back, 3-legged dog. Then you walk the hands back to the back foot, coming into your standing split. So push down with the supporting foot. Push the earth down to lift up and away. Often we just think about the top leg. Use the muscle. Use your quad of your standing leg to draw that kneecap up. Find more length. One or both hands can wrap around or just hold onto the earth with your fingertips. And then you'll walk forward again to 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. Your choice, wild thing, scorpion dog. Maybe you do something in between. Breathe. If you're in wild thing, full extension on that right side body. From your right toes to your left fingers. Good. We come back to 3-legged dog. Ooh. Good. Inhale, we shift forward to plank. We keep the left toes 1 inch off the earth and lower all the way to the belly. You can drop the knee down. Keep your left toes lifted. Press into your right leg. Lift up to cobra. See what happens. It's weird. A little confusion for the body. It's good for the body. And then see if you can get back to 3-legged dog without taking the left leg to the earth. Tuck the right toes. You got to activate the belly. Push up and back. Good. Release the left leg down to meet the right. If you need another vinyasa or something to rinse that out, you can take it. Otherwise, we will meet in child's pose. But if you have some more movement you need to do, a couple of cat-cows, find that movement and then come to child's. Now, if you're in child's and you like knees together, hands back near the hips, you can stay there. If your knees are a little bit wider, you can either spin the palms up to the sky or bend the elbows, take the hands to prayer, push the hands and the fingers together, and draw the base of the palms to the back of the skull. You might need to walk your elbows forward slightly. You should feel a nice stretch in the triceps. And the less that you hammock the chest and belly down to the earth, you keep it pulled up to the spine, then you'll feel more. Last few breaths here. And then you can come up, lift the chest, come onto your seat. And let's take the right foot over towards the left. So no, let's not do that. Skipping that. I've decided I don't want to twist that way because we're going to twist when we lay down. So let's do that instead. Let's do Navasana boat pose instead, because that would be a better way to end this. I'm so sorry. I'm going to give you a twist when you lay down. Don't worry. I decided you don't need it sitting up. Find your version of boat pose. Boat pose can be hands behind the hamstrings. It can be knees bent, hands forward, or full expression, legs are straight. Good. Breathe. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Good. And then inhale, lower down halfway. Ardha Navasana. And then exhale, come back, full boat. And then again, inhale, lower halfway, belly draws in. Exhale, come up. One more, lower halfway. Exhale, come up. Good, now lower halfway and hold 5 deep breaths. Belly scoops in, feel the low spine press towards the earth, but the sternum and the thighs are still trying to kind of lift towards one another. Good, breathe. I find it helpful to take my big toe knuckles to touch and then kind of flare out my pinky toes, squeeze the inner thighs. Last deep breath. Now release all the way onto the back. You can drop the feet to the earth, and now we will twist. You can either stack the knees and take the knees to the right, or if you like a wide leg twist, if you have low back sensitivity, this might be better. Feet wide as the mat, and you drop the knees to the right. You can put a prop underneath either knee or between them if you need a little more space in the spine. And then let's take the knees through center and to the left. Any adjustments you need to make, settle in.
And then take the knees back through center. Heel toe the feet in together, Supta Baddha Konasana. Let the knees go out wide. Hands can be however you like. You can do a diamond shape, a cactus shape. You can take a hand to the heart or a hand to the belly or both. Soften the inner groins. Relax the space behind the heart. And the back of the head. Even there, we tend to hold tension. You might notice you tend to tilt your chin up and stay kind of flexed here. Really just allow everything to be soft. Now you can stay here as long as you'd like, or explore any other pose, stretch, shape that you need to make before you come into your final rest. So if there's another posture calling to you, a back bend, a hip opener, maybe just a little organic movement, you can take that. If there's nothing left, you can make your way into Shavasana. Final rest, you can take that on your back, or you can set yourself up any way that feels best in the body. You can be on your side, on your stomach, or even seated, back in Sukhasana. It's a great way to end. When you're ready to come down, release into that softening. If you've found somewhere where you need to stay, then by all means stay there. Otherwise, you're ready. Bring the awareness back into the body. Start to find little movement, fingers and toes. Maybe roll the head right to left. You can take a full body stretch. And then carefully making your way to seated. Join the hands, heart center. Starting the same way we finished, notice how you feel.
We'll seal the practice in with a collective breath together. Deep inhale through the nose, fill all the way up, and exhale, let it go. It's been an honor, yogis. Thank you for sharing with me and with each other. Even though we're distanced, we're still close and together. I hope it helps. Namaste.